Shopify Rebellion.
Such a tight matchup between these two teams. Cloud9 coming from a background of training, a backup, a preparation. Shopify Rebellion, not so much. And they've ended up on a map where, to say the very least, they don't have a lot of experience.
Yeah, I think for Shopify, this is a weird instance because Cloud9 have made quite a significant change in the sense that Vanity's gone to an Omen. It feels like a very small change, but in my eyes, Vanity playing that Omen, I mean, I watched some of the back where he is playing Omen. The one ways that this guy can create any power that he generates just off of playing the Omen alone and supporting his teammates, I feel he has a lot more impact in comparison to the Astra.
It's going to be a lot more on the fly than Astra, but a lot more individual. But we are in the middle of the game already, a few seconds in to Shopify's mid take, but can't really call it a take. Keep the spike all the way back towards the B side, but the main thing is that C9, they're not exactly approaching.
Yeah, it is just Leaf here over towards mid. No trademark. So it will be Leaf to make this contact, and he simply cannot go down in this position because it opens up this market side, and next thing you know, Cloud9, these two players in the middle of B have got to split their attention. But even
he has Mitch! What is that position for Mitch? Yeah, no, okay, but Mitch is the one getting that first contact. Leaf is around the corner. You would have had the committal, and Leaf would have had a stun. They do back out to the bottom of mid once again. They are taking up a bit more of B main. They have a lot of utility they can use. Leaf on the front side, Zempa has such a good answer.
Has not been spotted towards mid. Zepa, a beautiful knife. That is so well timed. The flash comes out as well.
Still has a frenzy. Could be able to get a few kills to start off the game for Cloud9. But Shopify, yet another approach where they just can't get any ground. They're backing up all the way over towards Cat. Do they actually get Cat? Do they actually get all the way over towards A?
You'll see if Vanity can try and slow this down with that smoke. Nobody's going to get tagged there. These two players, Vanity and Curry, alone on this site as Curry finds one.
Yeah, Vanity has to do all the work. Has to grind out at least one here, and indeed he does. And Leaf comes in flying. Double kill for Leaf. And this last person so low in HP. Has to be a simple right click for Mitch, and indeed it goes down in C9's favor.
For being one of the better pistol round teams, I mean, this is exactly showing what Cloud9 strive in, is these manipulating these rotations and getting perfect timing. Zeppa with a lovely knife to not only send the rotations back, but then to have Leaf in that high gear, making that very quick rotation to support his teammates. Cloud9, again, showing why they're one of the better teams on Ascent defensively, and especially in the pistol round where they truly do shine.
I mean, their last composition was even better on the defense. I would like to argue that Astra could be so choking, so pressured all the way over towards A main where Vanity would usually play him, but with the Omen, he has a lot more movement.
Again, Leaf is going to use this stun to try and gain a lot of early ground, and comboing with that one way as well will give them a lot of early space. He has the fast lane as well to try and get out, but investigation towards B main is what nets them that first frag.
Still have Leaf. He's the only person putting out a contact at this point, but out goes a flash from Zeppa. Zeppa here for the support. Indeed, he's able to get two off the frenzy. Still two more around the corner. They're so low. It could have been a 4K there for Zeppa. His ult points could have been all the way charged. But Vanity is the one to clean it up in the end.
Cloud9 investing into two rifles in that bonus, the Vandal and the Bulldog. They're going to have a very strong buy here. And they're not even going for a bonus, it looks like. No, Vanity's going to drop over the Bulldog to leave. An op invested already for Mitch. We're in round 3, Gus. Right. Already, we've got 4 rifles on the board. Vanity's the only one that's working with a pistol.
Again, Cloud9, they haven't been ones to really pressure the back lines for Shopify, and with this op, they have less reason to do so.
Yeah, and he's going to take this out early towards mid. He could find a free frag here into Dazzle if he gives a little too much. Slightly aggressive here for Mitch. Not even slightly, overly aggressive, and they've dominated this mid side already. You have Leaf already peeking towards bottom mid.
I mean, the TP connects, so as long as Mitch can get the kill and back out, it would be successful, but he gets a tap. Not the full kill. Dazzle down to 8 HP, but you still have Shopify all over the map, and B-Dog starts things off for Shopify, at least over towards B main. There's not going to be anything else from that, though.
Curry kind of forced to react quickly after losing that mid control, gets caught out there. It's been quiet over here towards A, but that is where the exec is coming through. Zeppa does have a fragment grenade to slow down that door play. There's even a trademark there as well, so they're looking to combo towards that, and I think Vanity as well playing towards top heaven. A lot of util to slow this push down and find some really effective damage.
Vanity, he's gonna get a contact here, potential throw it up, paranoia, and that's exactly what happens. Zeppa now has to capitalize himself, goes out with the flash, and only able to get one out of that. Shopify, they are safe.
They do get out on low HP though, like I was mentioning. B-Dog is not the one to get healed. He's on 5 HP. But Cloud9, 3 players, they don't have many flashes. They have no flashes to work with, just the high gear, really to open this up. And there it is, a great opening between the two.
There goes the wall splitting the site. There's a lot more space for C9 to move here. Dazzle. Stock up against Jenny. Sees the TP above him. Able to take down one. Now we're even in a 2v2. Moose has to take it all, though. And Mitch with nothing but a frenzy is able to pull it off. The sidearm nails C9 the round.
And that retake is what's going to give Cloud9 such a heavy economic boost. You've now reset Shopify round. You're still keeping this operator moving into next round. So for a bonus, essentially, for Cloud9, yes, they did invest back heavily into some of these rifles, but I mean, that's a huge third round win against Shopify round. That's the power of buying those rifles in that second round. You go into the second round with Vandal, Bulldog, and you're looking strong here now moving forward.
We're moving backwards. We're moving all the way back to Icebox. Oh man, C9 again. Or excuse me, Shopify. We have not seen action from this team since that game, since that map of Icebox. And so far, no points for them on the board. Pistols now, they just need to put a lot of physical effort over towards main, and it's going to be Mitch on the front side with the first pick. You could get a lot more here for the Neon.
Yeah, and you'll have Leaf to kind of just tuck in as well. He can play with his stun in fast lane. Shopify Rebellion have been slowed down to a grinding halt. Leaf is now going to shift back over towards mid, assuming that that pressure has forced these players back, and it has indeed. Sending them back towards mid. It's Moose to try and work alone as Leaf finds another in this mid side play.
The Prowler out, Mitch wasn't actually able to get his opportunity. Got a 1v1 there. Dazzle has to back out of main. But again, as this happens, C9, they've been giving Shopify Rebellion control of mid almost every single round.
There is a chance so they could get onto the site. Never mind, I was going to say, you flash, step off the angle and wall across, but no. An effective shot there from Vanity on that one is going to put an end to it.
Such a good hold from Vanity. That one angle, of course, it would rely on him reacting back into A main, or at least snapping back to his left to A main. No matter how risky, though, it's Moose. Last with nothing but a sheriff, and he goes down.
Looking extremely clean from Cloud9. Again, just the eco round there for Shopify Rebellion. Cloud9, not a team that typically loses those anti-ecos. But now the rifle's back here for Shopify Rebellion, and no timeout called just yet. I imagine after this round, if you can't find any success, might need the coach to call something. You might need Mac to get involved here and try and shift the play up. But they are looking for something overly aggressive here, right? Keep in mind, there's the Fade Ultimate, the Nightfall, to kind of queue up this hit. But Vanity's here. He switched to the B site this time around, and he has the Odin and a Paranoid to really slow it down.
They're going to get all of this in this early information, though. It's going to be the early haunt alongside the Paranoid, but the Paranoid's not going to come out. They just get the information. Out goes the Odin. It just continues to spray. There you go, Curry, helping out back over towards Market, but you still get that extension out from Shopify. They have control of short, and they still have control of sight, maybe. Leaf on the front side does get one, but he's about to get traded out. Mata, he does wide swing into B, and he is able to take B for this team. Man advantage. Out goes Zeppa. Needs to equalize the round, and indeed he does. Dazzle still in the back of sight, looking to help out, but it's Moose in B main. Get spotted. Mitch, 1v2.
And Moose elects to TP out as well to play with his teammate, giving up no 1v1s. Mitch with just an operator, smoked off on both lanes now, is kind of just creeping through, but no one is peeking. There's a chance he could slip through.
It's just the lack of info. Nobody's watching.
They're playing back to back as well.
Again, this is just crunching time off the clock. Mitch somehow needs to get an angle here. That frenzy is going to have to come up so big. Is he going to be able to get one? No. None of either one of the two. Shopify with an all-out effort into B does it.
You know, this round looked very winnable for Cloud9. I mean, just the Odin spam alone, slowing things down. Leaf coming in from Market as well to find that first frag, and Zeppa popping that ultimate. Felt like Shopify Rebellion were going to come to a grinding halt, but Cloud9 not able to make that retake happen, not able to slow them down enough. And that's a brilliant knife coming out from Mata, really to set up that play.
Let's see what goes down with the rifles, because again, we've seen Shopify with rifles each round play with more of a spread out default setup, and it looks like they're doing exactly that again.
Curry, who's been looking to take a lot of first duel engagements, has been looked so good so far. He's 3-1 at the moment. Ooh, looking for a little bit more. B-Dog on the opposite side of the map, but this is a heavy contest from Cloud9.
Wow! Nightfall going into spawn. Moose, he could go absolutely massive in this corner. There goes the trades, and it goes back in the favor of Shopify.
Just shut down. An absolute meat grinder there for Shopify as they close out Cloud9 in the same main aggression, almost predicting that. And with that play, Mata's found a gap over towards Cat, found Leaf in the back sights. And Shopify exploiting this Cloud9 play. And Cloud9 are a team that love to adapt and create situations like that on the fly, but Shopify read them perfectly in this one.
Yeah, in that case, if Cloud9 actually does succeed in that play, momentum, the confidence goes fully in their favor. Shopify, they would essentially be playing default for the rest of the game, waiting for rushes.
Yeah, it did feel like that when we last saw Shopify against FaZe. They struggled against FaZe's overly aggression on the defense. Here, they deal with it almost stupendously, right? They put, first of all, B-Dog in a position towards B-Main where he can take the rendezvous out, doesn't get over-contacted.
Whoa.
And then these players are ready for that A main push. Just Mitch now, who is scouring the map for kills. Maybe he gets 1 or 2 exits if he's lucky. He does get 1.
Whoa.
Shouldn't get another here.
Shouldn't. Good nade. Delaying a little bit more time. Mata just holding up over towards Cat. Moose is going to be able to throw out a flash. He pretty much has no time anyways. NT's Mitch, but that was just because Shopify over towards Cat wasn't able to see him on his way into heaven. Only one person survives, though. Finally, something for the economy.
Let's catch 1 on the exit, so decent damage done. And you saw just before we went out, 2 of these players not going to be able to get those full rifles and armor that they would look for. But yeah, you can see just how well the slow war immediately on that contact. Shopify making a perfect read in this round, and they will be able to buy back up, thankfully, because some of those players had extra cash, Moose being one of them. But Cloud9, that was just their eco, and Vanity switching to his traditional buck.
Yeah, traditional. He's had a lot of great moments with that one little fun gun, but we're most likely going to see Mitch here having to capitalize with a Vandal. Everything else, though, the action over towards Cat, it's going to be spread out because Vanity, he just has the paranoia. That keeps everyone from Shopify back over in mid. But look at this Nightfall. Maybe the Bucky will ring out. Will it sing true? It takes down 1. There's still another one back over towards Cat for the trade, and B-Dog does indeed get the trade he needed. But through the smoke, Mitch takes down Dazzle. This one just becomes such a tall task here for B-Dog, and he just continues to hunt and just can't find anything. A 2v1 though. Moose just can't get the spike. He finally gets it in his hands. 55 seconds left. He could start to roam.
He's got time on his side at the very least, 50 seconds, and I love this from Cloud9. They're starting to play together. Don't want to give up, again, those 1v1 situations where Moose can kind of pick them apart. He was so good in the last stage. When he's the last player alive, there's always a chance. Moose on the loose as he runs back to the B sites. Might be able to get both smokes charged up as well. And then it comes to a question of Cloud9. How effectively do you retake and clear this B site? Because with the position that they're in, Moose will have almost free range to move where he wants across this B site and set himself up in a strong post plant. But he's predicting any rotations early from defender spawn. Doesn't catch anything. And this plant in particular gives him a lot of options. The backside, lane, and even towards defender spawn. So it's a gamble here for Cloud9.
Oh, and this is a gamble for Moose, to say the very least. He just wants to go for a 1v1 early, but he might have actually been spotted. Wow, okay, he can play around this, but he needs a lucky little lineup here. Leaf is in the smoke. They both just slide through. Moose, he's left scratching his head. Is he able to isolate a 1v1 though? They don't know he's there. Moose! Moose on the loose around the smoke, gets the Red Bull clutch.
How good is this guy? Again, he's given so much time to make the decision, and it's a brilliant play to play around his own smoke.
That is just so good. He puts no pixels out, Sully.
Does
no
it
pixels.
Perfectly here. I mean, he knows that obviously these players are going to clear it together. One goes running in with the high gear. That's Leaf and Curry there behind for the trade. And that is a hard, you can see on the face of Curry. He's like, how does he get behind us? Moose given a chance, and he's given a 3rd round to Shopify Rebellion, and now financially reset Cloud9 to bring them from a 4-0 deficit to 4-3 and possibly more here.
Yeah, for sure more, because look at the gun. Stingers down the line for Cloud9. Their economy has been getting pushed round after round. This one, at least over towards the mid side, they have a bit more of a contact than before. Mitch looking for a headhunter shot or 2. Did get a contact back over towards Tiles, but the SMGs, they need to get close to have an effect, and they don't have an effect this round, simply as.
Just picking apart Cloud9, one by one, understanding the economic situation of Cloud9, and knowing that typically they're a team that will love to initiate those fights. Flash out from Zeppa isn't going to set Vanity up for anything, who just has the Judge, and B-Dog not really watching anything.
Judge flank.
I mean, he might have caught him at the last second.
Wow. Yeah, I think almost literally that. At the very, very last second, he might make that call out. But hey, Zeppa. Zeppa pops out, actually takes down B-Dog. Oh, wait a minute. They might not actually know. But again, Vanity, with just a classic, has to go for some long-range headshots.
And this flash hits everyone here. This flash will hit everyone here, but the wall up. Doesn't give Zeppa the opportunity to crack it open. Has a fragment and a flash. 2 flashes as a beautiful paranoia. Will catch the first.
What? Zeppa getting the first. Does he know that there's someone close left? Mata so close, but he could actually go down here. Vanity with a trade with a judge, but again, Moose in the backside with a rifle, able to even the odds.
Cool, and you get really scared there because Cloud9 have been so good in man disadvantage situations, even in 2v5.
So good.
Surprisingly, they have a pretty good win percentage on those rounds, and it's a little bit dicey there. Comes down to a 1v1 in Shopify Rebellion. Not out of it just yet. I mean, that economic damage hits hard. It's hard on the 3 players.
Right.
Thankfully, Moose will be able to drop if they lose this round, but still, it's a heavy hitting round from Cloud9 economically.
Yeah, it just doesn't look clean for Shopify whatsoever. That was a big one that they could take at least like 2 rounds of comfort in terms of their economy. Here we go now over in B main. Some early pressure from that Neon, as you would expect from Leaf.
The wall ready here for Tig as well. Might catch Curry off guard, who's just standing casually over the ledge.
Tig is just ready to pounce. Curry has no idea. The Predator on the other side of the wall,
and Leaf has
waiting
got
for its
no
prey.
stuns as well to slow this down. Curry, you got to get beautiful timing with this.
Oh, wow, okay. Indeed, he comes out at a pretty good time, but Curry has to dance around Tig. There's another person in short, and Curry somehow gets a kill out of that. Still has to dance a little bit more, though, but Vanity's so clutch. That TP in the backside to help his teammate out. Will Shopify actually be able to break through this 2-man hold, though? They still have Spike back over towards short.
Moose is looking to make a TP play here to grab the Spike. He's already positioned to that A side, and he will grab it. Already transition over, and Cloud9 will be scrambling already. The majority of these players are leaning to this B side. Zeppa just so wary to Tig's play.
And Zeppa, look how much he's just going immediately back into the A site, forcing Moose to at least be wary of Cat. He can't plant safely, and Zeppa just walks out.
Spike down A.
All of that effort with the flashes and all that just walks out for free. B-Dog. A 1v4 has Mitch in heaven with the op, and he takes him down. A 5th for C9. They're back finally.
Yeah, a big one to swing a little bit of momentum back to their side. A beautiful shutdown as well towards that B side. Thankfully, the sound cue of that wall and the couple of milliseconds as Tig is rising over the window, gives Curry time to reposition. And that TP, you mentioned it, so clutch from Vandy to toss that flash out. And then to have the understanding to keep Zeppa on this A side, that this TP play could happen. I mean, the goal here is to prevent that spike from going down at all costs. And Zeppa positions himself where he can deny that spike plan, because Shopify, so good so far on these post splints. 4-1 leading in this series. At round number 10 we go.
Gosh, how do you win so many rounds in a row? And the one round you lose,
oh, that's
go down
big.
to pistols.
Leaf already breaking that trademark towards deep B main. Now, Shopify have to be wary of any flank play. This is kind of full committing them now to this A side.
Absolutely is, but again, Shopify just has no idea the information taken on the other side of the map. They are just fully committing their pistols back over towards A. Again, tour de force in the front side, wins that 1v1 battle. They have no idea about Vanity, though. They might have seen the smoke coming from his direction, but they ignore him. He could get 2 here. Indeed, he does. It's a firing range with a 3rd. No, Tig takes him down, and now we're equalized.
And Leaf, with that fast lane, is going to maintain the left side of this site. No
What
util
a
here.
fast lane.
Shopify Rebellion just getting caught out in the open. Split apart is our Tig and B-Dog. And now the null command fading away gives B-Dog a chance. He does have the tour de force, and he is so good. The desk was hyping him up, and we'll see if he can generate anything.
And B-Dog has to truly do it all. Tig only has a sheriff here. Unless Tig can maybe help out. He has a dry peek to get on, but Zeppa goes down, and Zeppa takes Tig down. And Zeppa just straight up goes for the seconds. B-Dog had no idea what was coming at him, and C9 slick with a 6th.
Yeah, flushing him out. First the Prowler, then the Flash to keep him continuously off that angle. So Cloud9 so good in that position. Isolate the 1v1 on site. And Cloud9 keeping their 100% win rate in these anti-ecos so far.
Yeah.
Keeping it nice and clean. 3 players alive, moving on to the next.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is the moment where Shopify needs to kind of reset, think about things a bit. I would like to have seen it maybe in the last round, but again, that was just pistols. Time out at a good time.
Trying to kind of things bring us back to a 6-6. They had a good streak, right? 4 rounds in a row themselves, and then Cloud9 making that late half adjustment. Both of these teams finding adjustments at around the quarter mark of these halves, and I think for Shopify Rebellion, especially This could be your last full buy. You want to make the most out of this round in particular so you can have another carrying into 6-5 and you can tie things up, possibly. As I mean, this has not been a strong map for Shopify Rebellion historically.
No.
They have put up quite the numbers and quite the adjustments compositionally and just strategically.
I mean, comp-wise, thankfully, Shopify Rebellion has woken up to what Ascent is like. Because, again, what they were doing before, they were still playing with multiple duelists at a point. Still playing, of course, with a KJ on this side. I don't even want to say KJ out loud right now.
Especially with the recent changes with
heck no.
The K. I was concerned that was the pick that they would have gone for, picking up a KJ and then obviously having Cloud9, who have been so effective at using Zeppelin, his fragment grenade and his utility, that it felt like then the KJ ult gets no impact, and the knife that Zeppa has as well, nullifying all the KJ.
Gonna start things off though. It has to be fast back over towards B main. You have the Neon on the front side, and Mata is just trying to fight out this 1v1. You could have the chamber peeking around the corner to be able to trade out Mata, and there you go. The flash comes out, and Leaf takes the kill, and he just slides on out.
An utmost brilliant flash, and I was just hyping up Zeppa for his util. Provides the much needed support, comboed with that one way as well to prevent anyone from peeking that B main angle.
Yeah.
To offering that support, and that will slow down Shopify Rebellion. Mitch looking for one as they exit, but doesn't find anything. That's pushed now Shopify Rebellion out of B main and ushers them now for a re-clearance of mid.
Oh.
And there's still cat presence being held. You've got so much util between Zeppa and Vandy, who have gone off of now the B sites. And then both posted up here towards cat. Timing on that knife.
Oh,
that's
wow.
ridiculous.
Again, they have no idea though if it's either coming from cat or back over towards A main, because the Omen got revealed too.
They take the risk though and still drop the one way.
Still have one more smoke to use up in the round, but not so much Shopify. Moose.
Great counter
30
smoke,
seconds
though.
left.
Yeah, Moose had to pick it up, but his was recharging. Really good counter smoke. This allows Dazzle to at least roam right in, but he has to get a 50-50.
Just fade cleared towards A main, and that's pulling Vanity away, but there are 4 players still here. Zeppa looking to punish, doesn't get anything.
Zeppa, what a reaction, but now in comes the take for Shopify. 2 in the back lines for C9. They can do it all here, but no, Leaf just has no idea. And Curry, he can hold it. 2 players over towards Jenny. He goes for the wide swing. He just can't get the target he wanted. He could have gotten the spike planter, but it just doesn't happen. Mitch, a 1v3 with a revive, and he wasn't able to get the kill because the revive is in the middle of the smoke. Mitch looking for a pixel, looking for any sort of lead in this round, and indeed he finds the first. Over towards Cat, he sees a rifle. But under heaven, it's a nasty surprise.
Is he playing? No, he's not playing for exits. Wanted to try and make something happen. In Shopify Rebellion, we were just talking about it, needed a big round to carry on these rifles in the last round of this half in Cloud9. I thought they had 4 players. I thought they had everything going for them. The Nightfall as well called out by Curry, and Vanity trying to cause disruption and chaos. I mean, you can see here, the util is almost perfect. The way that these players from Shopify Rebellion spread themselves out to protect that spike. You can see here, Vanity trying to create something with the definition of those players on site.
The biggest thing there just had to be Leaf in the back of Jenny, right? They had the person under heaven. Curry could have done as much as he could do, but Leaf needed something. Shopify, they come out of that with the skin of their teeth, and now they're battling, and with the Nightfall at the same time, back over towards main. Yes, they finally take down Leaf, but they still have Curry. No! Curry just goes down to the wall boost. Moose is there.
A swing early from Vanity as he looks to find 2. Brings us to a very winnable position now. 2 flashes at the ready, but it's no op this time around for Mitch. He does have the Phantom, they go in swinging.
Now they have space. It's a 2v3. Will they start to wallbang? Will they start to spam? There's one all the way on the open. Mata just shifting into the back. Oh, that is so scary. Zeppa just doesn't see him. Mata doesn't see him either. Dazzle all the way out in the open. Mitch has to focus on him instead. Mata with a trade. We end the half off at 6-6. Such an even half. But at one point, C9, they had the advantage. Shopify with a heart of gold. They make it back. And they're looking for something close again. Back over towards the second half after the break.
Blow for blow and tit for tat. We're tied at 6-6. And there's just so much to digest. Cloud9 from one of the best teams in this event. Second best at that in both the attacking and defending rounds. And Shopify, for a team that hasn't shown the best, especially against their last bout against OpTic on Ascent, have come up really, really massive here in that first half.
Shopify Rebellion, not exactly a composition that you would claim to be good on that attacking side, but their post plants were so big. Now in this one, C9, they have the Neon to rely on for maybe a little bit of that pace. Indeed, they start things off with a fast lane and a kill. They have control of B.
2 players already on a hot flank for Shopify Rebellion. Vanity, pretty wary to it. We'll hear the trademark being broken, but he's alone, and he's up against 2, and he's even flashed.
Whoa, he has to back out, and he still has a second chance. But Mata, even while just a little bit flashed, able to get it back. He's still a Mitch, back over towards stairs. He's going to be the only person with the contact here, except for Zeppa. What was that from Tig? Tig with the retake wall back over in B main. Sweeps up 2 in the middle of sight, and Mitch had no chance.
Yeah, you simply do not expect to play like that with a wall coming in the pistol round. In a position like that as a defending team, I think Tig was looking to use that wall as well towards mid, but as soon as they felt that heavy contact, elected to save and made that fast flank. So Shopify Rebellion having a great read in that round. Just playing B-Dog, who finds, again, another first blood. It's been exceptional. He had a rough start in the beginning, was 1-2, and lost both his first duels to Curry, who was dominating in the early stages, but B-Dog has really come back alive.
Yeah, C9 was actually doing such a good job of shutting down B-Dog, and the analysts, they were emphasizing that so much in the pregame. Shut down B-Dog, and you have a chance here against Shopify. But again, C9.
Another quick play.
Yeah, very quick. It's Leaf over in the front side with a Neon.
Yeah, and off of this force, they are trying to accelerate as quick as they can. They are slowed down temporarily. These slow orbs are going to prevent access into that site and give a chance for B-Dog in the back.
Whoa, B-Dog just keeps on going off with the headhunter, and you still have Dazzle in the back with the SMG. What is going on here, C9? They had control for a quick second there, but the SMGs of Shopify continue to combine. Good hold in the back of sight for those 2 players.
An effective hold as well from Shopify. Cloud9 have been a team that like to force after getting the spike down, especially on that attacking side. I think Shopify sensed kind of another fast play. Cloud9 looking to accelerate really off of Leaf's Neon, and I think in this round entirely, Shopify Rebellion did a phenomenal job of dealing with that pressure. Slow orb goes down, a smoke as well to control that site, giving them the 8th here and putting Cloud9 on another eco.
And you can see how Shopify already knows that too. They're not investing almost at all going into this round, knowing that if C9 actually has the cash or not. But look at that from Mitch, actually. Walks in, TP's out, takes down 1 back over towards B-Min, and that's actually a big kill util-wise.
Yeah, and it's drawn out a flash from Moose to clear out A main. They need to take some space back. They're losing B, so they're playing a little bit blind when it comes to this A-B side. Apologies. B-Dog just gets caught out in the open. A 5v3 advantage obtained for Cloud9. These are traded back.
That flash from Zeppa, but the nade comes in at the perfect time too, and Dazzle with full flashed. Spraying off, laying away. Here comes Moose. Here's the contact back over towards site. There's a smoke in front of him, and it's fairly fresh. Doesn't dissipate in time. Oh no. You do see C9 on site, but not with the spike down. Curry, what? Curry, what was that second shot? Takes down Dazzle through the floor. And now Moose in a 1v2 with nothing but an SMG. Going down to the thrifty of C9.
And it's all off of this one pick that Mitch gets in towards B main. That one frag shuffling the Shopify Rebellion players, and then that mid contact, right? Cloud9 recognized 2, 3 players are now contesting down towards the mid side. Vanity leads the charge with Curry back over towards A. And Cloud9, off of a thrifty round, are going to pull it back here. Rifles back in their hands, but Shopify just off of their bonus. Still have a buy, but this is a critical round economically for both of these teams. Vanity and Curry will be the only 2 players that are able to buy, but Shopify Rebellion will have a hard reset after this.
Shopify changing things up in this round, just like C9 did in the first half. 2 players on the front side of A main, but they got revealed, so they have to back out.
Yeah, catching that Sage as well. That's kind of a no-go, especially if you're a Neon entry. Getting slowed down, your high gear kind of just gets slowed down to a normal walk once you cross into a slow orb. And Leaf has found a very good amount of space up towards mid, breaking the trademark, and now the fast lane coming up, putting pressure on the Shopify Rebellion plays. It's shifted now 3 players here. 3 players are now watching.
Oh, yeah, 3 players back over towards that mid side and back over in B. There's only 1, but they are going to pivot that fade back. They're pivoting everyone back into B. Here we go. The smoke goes up, and that actually stops the take from C9 entirely.
Yeah, dealing with it almost perfectly. Not allowing Zeppa to get that knife out in an effective spot and dumping the util before he could even if he wanted to toss that knife out.
That Prowler would have been so big for the control back over in mid. Leaf capitalizes, but doesn't get the kill.
Yeah, just putting pressure there, and it's giving Cloud9 a chance to rework back through mid. Just his presence alone opens up a gate. And his presence is still keeping 2 players there. B-Dog has to come up big, doesn't get anything.
Leaf, too fast for you, my friend. B-Dog had no chance. 4v4 though. Leaf was in a tough spot for a quick second. You could have seen that wide swing from heaven. This is good now. C9 in such advantageous positions.
Yeah, they get the spike down as well, and they are so good in these post plants. The 73% post plant conversion here, and you can see why. Look at the positioning. Zeppa there for the contact, there for the swing. There's one on his back, and Zeppa just knows.
Oh, wait, but it gets equalized. Moose and Dazzle both win their 1v1s. But what is that swing? A double swing from Cloud9 back over towards Cat.
Not planted for them.
Keep it at an advantage. Yeah, no, it's not planted. There goes the Nightfall. Dazzle dancing. Dazzle looking to take it all. Vanity around the corner. So low. And so is Curry, but Curry just sticks around in Cat. And Vanity gets the headshot he needs. Good round from C9 to keep it up at 8-8.
But listen, that's respect. Respect from Cloud9, respect from Curry. To commit a Nightfall in a 2 versus 1 situation.
In a 2v1.
Right, to guarantee the round win. To commit that Nightfall. Respect shown here from Cloud9. And I mean, Shopify, both teams have very similar, actually the exact same retaking stat potentials at 34%. Not exactly sure what the stat is here on Ascent for both teams. But that's respect, Cloud9. Even a team as dominant as they are in the post plant. And I guess that's kind of why. Willing to commit those ultimates in those situations.
Here we go now, Shopify up against the ropes in terms of guns, and no, they're just gonna keep on backing up. They actually go through the ropes. Tig has fallen right on out through the smoke. Leaf trying to maintain control of that top mid area, but top heaven. But you still have players back over towards mid. I was gonna say that instead. Shopify, they had 3 players wrapping their way back over towards mid. That's actually working out for some trades at 3v3 now. Yeah,
getting kind of dicey here is Moose since a Paranoia. I think the sound cue might have been heard as well, though, from Vanity. These players are kind of split. Is Vanity able to deal with Moose's pressure? And it will put these 2 players. B-Dog does have the tour de force, however. He might get something.
I haven't even seen B-Dog have an impact with the gun yet, and no. B-Dog just doesn't get a chance. And Vanity takes down Dazzle, too. Good clean one from C9. Again, we just need to keep focusing up on that economy. And
focusing on Cloud9's economy is less important, but still something that should be analyzed here. They're building up quite the bit of cash on their side. And Shopify Rebellion understand the stakes here. A loss here would reset them again, give Cloud9 a chance to latch on to 11. A very dangerous scoreline that most teams are looking to prevent. I think, again, like I mentioned, with this timeout, that's what they're trying to prevent from happening, as Cloud9 could just steal away this map after this round.
Yeah, Cloud9. At least with this second half, we are seeing the big difference between these 2 comps. It's just your duelist there. It's just the pace and Leaf. Leaf is able to take map control so quickly. And the fact that Shopify Rebellion, they were playing mid in more or less the same fashion that C9 did. Dude, mid has been Leaf's, mid has been Leaf's playground so far.
Yeah. Shifting and shuffling rotations from Shopify Rebellion. I mean, we saw multiple instances just in the opening stages of this second half of 3-4 players committed just off of that B play, and Leaf just having his presence there allows a very quick rotation as well for Cloud9. They've done it 2 times so far, shifting back towards Catwalk off of a very heavy util dump from Shopify Rebellion on that B site. E-Dog has picked up the operator again and will establish B main control off of his upping angle, and I imagine Dazzle's Prowler.
Okay, this is a big take back over towards the mid side. They smoke off Cat. They're just letting the neon fly in the mid side. Look at that control already from Leaf, and they already pull out the Nightfall. What is all this?
Yeah, Shopify committed so early here.
So early and so much. Now it just has to come down to Tig. Tig alone here on A, but he at the off angle, gonna be able to get one with a spray, make it a second. Good stuff from Tig. Now the rest of Shopify, they can at least try. You have Moose back over in Cat, and the 2 players over in Heaven. They have a decent chance at a peek here.
Now Spike does go down here. Mada's null command keeping them from getting any util out. No smokes to cover these angles up, and one does get dropped towards Heaven. Now repositioned here. Mitch is taking a deep angle back towards A main, and same thing here with Vandy, but they're both smoked off now. Curry is alone. No flashes to get them back in the fight.
And Curry just used up one of his seizes. He still has a Prowler to use, but he might get revealed. Big shot from Mitch, but you still have a 3v3. Curry has not been revealed just yet. Mata clearing out the bottom left side. Curry looking for the drop off of Dazzle, but now it's a 1v3. Vanity finding one, still has 2 to go, and the defuse is going so low. Dazzle all the way out in the open takes him down instead, and we really are going tit for tat. 9-9, we tied again.
A big post-plant win there from Shopify Rebellion. A huge retake. Doesn't reset them, keeps them in this game, and prevents Cloud9 from sweeping that momentum. Taking this map from underneath them. And Cloud9, a little bit strapped for cash. No ultimates between Mitch and Leaf to set them up. And they're taking some heavy or not even heavy casualties, I should say. Some bargains. Very minimal bargains, actually. Maybe I stand corrected. They do have full rifles, but I guess the only worry was Leaf, really, with 100 credits left over.
Yeah, that's not too great. He would have liked a discount.
Yeah, it looked a little worrisome for a second, but they do manage it out.
Well, good then. Let's work on the fact that C9 is playing their slowest round yet.
Yeah, and a team that loves to find those early engagement duels as well. Off of Leaf's Neon. Again, like you said, very slow. Leaf has got a different approach in this round, taking it instead towards A. Moose, after the util dumping towards Wine, is going to post himself back in that corner.
Oh, this is just going to be a 1v1, right? Curry playing with fire. Knew that there could be someone behind that smoke. Moose peeks on the edge, but wasn't able to get him.
And Zappa on this mid lurk. This time, I think maybe shot for a bound. I think in mid could be open with no Leaf, sensing him over towards A.
Oh, there goes B-Dog's big pick already. First, what? Through the smoke, Vanity. Dry takes down B-Dog again. So now you just get Dazzle. Dazzle in the back of sight, looking for at least 1 or 2 lineups here. But Mitch, essentially mid-air, able to track down Dazzle. You still have a 4v4, and Moose, what a shot going in through the wall onto Zeppa. The revive coming in at the same time.
And Cloud9 are 50-50 so far in this map on these post plans, so this is going to get dangerous.
Vanity.
2 aggressive angles between Vanity and Mitch over here towards stairs.
Yeah, but the one-way for Vanity is so good. There's no way Tick can see him. Vanity, no, Vanity just focus up on short, and the wide swing gets him. What a setup for Vanity. Moose now in a 1v3, and he is done and dusted. Oh, Vanity. He wants the ace. He wants the icing on top.
Does he get it?
He has to. It's for the script. Oh, come on.
No. Even then, would have only just been 5 there for Vanity.
What a play.
You need 6 for the ace, but Vanity. This is what I was mentioning in the opening rounds. Vanity and his one-ways providing so much cover, and he's 22 in 12. Cloud9 bringing out a huge post when edging them just across. Of the 5 postmans they've had, they were 50-50, or 4 postmans before this. They were 50-50. And it's plays like this that will give you the slight lead to take that stat back in your favor.
I mean, it's just the pure fact that Vanity had to hold short first. There were so many other players for C9 there that could have been able to help out in short. But Vanity still able to take down both angles. And we're back at it again. Shopify, pistols, but they're not doing anything aggressive.
Showing some pretty early play here towards A, drawing out a decent bit of utility. The slow warp first comes out, then the smoke. Now waiting, I imagine, the 0-point knife to come back. And Shopify Rebellion shifting now rotates 3 players back towards this mid side on a quick rotate towards A. But with just pistols, it's hard to imagine that Cloud9, a team as good as they are in anti-ecos, let a round like this slip away.
And their anti-ecos, they've been perfect so far this game. Either 3-0 or 4-0 at this point. Again, C9. They still need to somehow find a safe gap into the site, but that wasn't very safe. That was just a flying neon again. And Leaf alongside Vanity trapped Moose in the corner.
They'll set Cloud9 up again for another post plant. Not everyone tagged there by that knife, so they've got something to work with, but they're opening it up already. Shopify run, they're getting back into the site very quickly, but it's Cloud9. Calm and composed are able to deal with the quick burst that Shopify wanted.
Yeah, you could see that start to formulate a bit from Cat. Once they got that lineup, once they actually got those players through that gate, and Zeppa started to fumble, there was a chance there for Shopify.
Cloud9 again, sweeping it under the rug. So good in these post-plant and anti-eco situations. Didn't get the spike down, but we're kind of in post-plant positions already. Shopify Rebellion. A cheeky wall here to send B-Dog over, perhaps? No, maybe not.
Maybe. He's
Looks like
looking
it
for
for a
something
second.
big early. Whatever it may be. And he's going to post up back over towards mid. And you still have the Sage back over in B main. But again, C9, they're still congregated over in A. Very fast on the front side is Leaf, but the C's is going to keep him there for a quick second, but there's nobody in heaven. It's going to be C9 with free A control again.
Vanity able to TP across as well, nullifying the effectiveness of that season, slowing down this push. Still gets site control. Pressure here towards Garden. You got Mitch still on that
way.
lurk. Leaf tries to go dashing on in, and it's a calamity there for Cloud9.
Finally, that C9 cat retake goes awry. It's such an aggressive take, and it finally goes wrong. Vanity in a 1v5 now.
Okay.
Below heaven, no chance. Double digits for Shopify, but again, C9, they wanted a little bit more map control, and they had the right idea. Put Leaf on the other side of Cat and have everyone else spill through to try to make that interaction just a bit worse. It just didn't happen.
It's extremely risky for Cloud9 as well to make that commitment. I mean, you know where the majority of those players are, and you still want to try and take that fight. Leaf, with his dash or his slide, tries to break that up, but Cloud9 finally losing out on a post-play round have been so good. 7 rounds in a row they've gone this fight
7
down.
rounds.
And it's with these fast plays, like in that last round. Fast plays from Leaf to open us up, get onto the site. Overwhelming utility, flushing Shopify Rebellion out.
B site, though, a bit tougher to actually get control. Surely they can't go for something as fast as before because they have the Neon in top mid.
And that one way, kind of slowing them down even further. B-Dog looking for something towards mid on that op, doesn't get anything. So they'll shift over to the shorty in the middle of that smoke. It's an option.
Oh, yeah, no, Leaf just waltzing on up. It would have been an easy kill for B-Dog, but Leaf is just better.
It's that first blood, shutting down B-Dog, who's been so effective at winning these opening duels. 7 and 4 now off of that kill in first bloods and first deaths. And Zeppa pops the ultimate. The wall does go up in a timely manner, routing all these players now towards lane.
Dazzle could go so big here. Yes, he got spotted, but he still has an open gap. There's no smoke in front of him, but they just go right in front of him anyways. Leaf takes down Dazzle with the TP going in at the same time, and Mata just has no chance. The dash goes in as Vanity takes him down too. Moose and Tig are still stuck back over in B. C9 decided to go back into market. They're going to leave these last 2 players for Shopify in a real weird spot because their economy is at best. Vandal alongside the Phantom. They'll be able to maybe get rifles next round, of course. Not all the util they need.
And Cloud9 now with 2 chances to close out this first map. So it's critical that Shopify, like you mentioned, hold on to as many rifles as they can. And I wouldn't, I mean, even if you did have money, why would you attempt this in a 2v5? Maybe you pull rifles out, but even then, Cloud9 kind of in a good spot, and Cloud9 going hunting, wanting to remove the rifles out of Shopify's hands.
Yeah, but with this win, though, C9, their economy is just going to be, it's going to be just fine for the rest of the game, and now it's Shopify that gets pressured out. C9 knew that they had nothing to lose there. Shopify up against the ropes now for potentially the last round of regulation, but they still have some cash to at least buy the guns. Again, it's the util.
That is gonna hurt for Shopify. B-Dog does at least have the tour de force to play with, but a lack of one slow orb is really the major compromise they've had to make, and B-Dog as well dropping over a rifle.
That works.
Slightly rough givings for Shopify and possibly the last round of this map, and even if you do win this, you still need to keep it clean.
Their economy still isn't clean enough, but here comes Leaf. Leaf, wow, so quick back over towards the mid side, and the fast lane covers up his backside too. He can just commit to B off of this, and indeed he does. Moose tries to fight him 1v1, but Leaf takes him down, and we are going so fast into the back of B. Vanity gives Tig no chances. Leaf gives Mata no chances. Dazzle and B-Dog in a 2v5. To potentially close out regulation, and map number 1, Leaf just keeps going. It's a 3rd kill for him, going for a 4th from long range, but B-Dog starts a long road in a 1v5.
Yeah, that triple headshot multiplier is really gonna hurt when that patch comes into play. Leaf just running around with the overdrive, and what a way to open it up. Again, Cloud9 salt into the wounds. B-Dog, no ultimate, no tour de force, and that's map number 1. Cloud9's favor, 13-10, and we wanted a close matchup, Gus, and we got exactly that here in map 1.
Yeah, again, the first half was as close as you can get. The beginning of that second half, again, trading 2 rounds back to back. So again, Shopify and Cloud9, they were 2 teams that we already said going into this were similar in status, but not exactly